Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In case you're new, I'm Joanna, and today I'm going to jump right into cleaning and organizing, and that's what today's video is going to be about. Cleaning and organizing in this early fall weather, and also doing a little bit of canning. By this time of the morning, I've already been working on a few things, but by the time I started recording, I decided to clean out my refrigerator. This is my 1954, I believe, vintage refrigerator, and it's a small little refrigerator. I love the look of it, and it works really, really well. It's a power horse, but it is small, so it gets dirty very quickly. We also have freezers outside in the barn for our beef and chicken that we butcher. And I have a downstairs refrigerator that holds the bulk of our food and extra gallons of milk. But this is a very small refrigerator, and like I said, I love it, but it has to be defrosted. And this is the little freezer at the top. It just basically holds just what we need for a few days, or some ice trays. And so maybe once a month I have to put that blue tub underneath it and then defrost it, and it takes 1 to 2 days for all of that ice to melt off, and then I will further clean the freezer and restock it. So it is a little bit tiresome, but I love that little fridge. If I could find another vintage fridge one day that's a little bigger, then I would definitely replace them. The next thing I'm going to work on is this little shelf over the stove. I clean this quite often. It really doesn't get too greasy or too bad, but I removed all of the spice jars off. I took the whole shelf off, and I gave it a good wipe down with some essential oils and shined it all up. And I cleaned the back of the wall, which actually sometime I really need to paint the back of the wall. All of the backsplash really needs to be just kind of freshly painted. But until then, I just need to keep things nice and tidy and clean. And I actually really got in the mood to clean all of my shelves. They were recently done not too long ago, but I just got in the mood to wipe all of the shelves down and wash all the items, but I didn't. I decided just to focus on the spice shelf behind the stove, and then my spice shelves next to the right that you'll see in a minute, because what I wanted to do, my goal for the day, was to go outside and clean our concrete patio. I really wanted to wash the walls and get the spider webs cleaned out. So I was trying to refrain from cleaning the kitchen too deeply. But this beautiful fall weather that Northeast Missouri is having right now is just getting me into the mood of deep cleaning and cleaning. I wanted to do the windows and the lights, and I was feeling quite well today. With pregnancy, it seems some days I'm just barely moving. I get quite a lot done. I still do everything I need to do, but it's just harder. And this particular day, I was just very much in the mood physically and mentally. But there are just so many hours in the day, so I just did my best. I did a few things in each room, and that's kind of how I felt mentally also this day. I just was here and there and everywhere. Instead of just focusing on one place and one room and getting it done, I decided just to do a couple of things in each room just to make it feel a little bit better and cleaner, because I know that if I got one room done really well, I'd be so happy, but then I would run out of time and energy for the basics in the other rooms. So I don't think I had a very good plan for the day. I just kind of went with the flow, and I had all of the windows open. It was beautiful, and I was just enjoying the nice crisp temperature. I think we've had close to a week of beautiful, cool days. Actually, some days were very chilly. I even had to shut the windows, and from going from 90s to 102 degrees down to this very crisp weather, it was quite a shock, and I wouldn't have traded it for anything, because to put that light jacket on, it just felt so wonderful. And I hear that we're going to be coming back into some high 80s and high 90s. So that's a little sad to shut those windows back up. If the house starts getting too hot, we'll have to turn on the AC. I've seen on YouTube lately, people were titling their videos calm mornings, calm fall mornings, or quiet mornings, or slow fall days, things like that. And I think part of that needs to be true for me. I need to relax just a little bit and enjoy the weather, but I can't help it. I get really excited at this time of year. It just energizes me. I just want to do a lot of housework and a lot of yard work, because I just don't do the heat very well anymore. And it was quite hard early pregnancy with the high heat trying to work on the garden. So I got a little bit behind, and I just am fully motivated to get everything clean and fresh. But I also want to take it kind of slow in some ways, because I don't want to just pass this beautiful weather up. So I've been kind of forcing myself to sit on the porch swings and just soak in the feeling and the view of this beautiful fall weather, and also to give myself a little break and put my feet up because I'm pregnant. But yes, I'm fully motivated in this time of year. I still feel like we are trying to get used to school starting also. I feel like in the summer I can take my time just a little bit more, and when I want to deep clean something, I just get it done. But now I just feel very rushed, trying to do things in the early morning or on Saturdays, or just little things here and there on lunch breaks, because I try to stay on a pretty strict school schedule, because I do not want to get behind. And also, I want to get a good head start on school and not get behind, because I'm sure we'll have to take a couple of weeks off for when the baby's born. At least my youngest will probably have to take a break while I'm taking a break, and my oldest can do most of her schoolwork on her own or with just a little bit of guidance. The next thing I'm working on is my little window here in front of my sink. I just removed everything from the windowsill, and I'm going to clean the glass inside and out. And this little window is something that needs to be done quite often, just because when you're washing dishes, it gets dirtier faster. And we just had a wave of pollen, and also we've had a good 3 weeks of really dry weather, so the outside was quite dusty. We have had extremely wet, rainy, floody spring and summer, but now has been very, very dry, so the house is kind of covered with dust from the gravel roads. So I'm just going to clean this window, and then I do clean some other windows later on in the house also. Clean windows are probably number one on my priority list. I just feel better when they're clean. Maybe because I like a lot of light coming in. I have a lot of lace curtains and balances and things like that, so all the light can come in. I'm always looking outside all day long, and I want clean windows. I just feel good when they're clean. The next thing I'm going to do is put fresh sheets on my bed, and I really didn't do too much laundry this day. I just tried to do the bed linens, I believe. I believe this is the first time I've showed a little bit of our bedroom, and this bedroom here is a long story, and I'll share that with you in future videos. I really hope to give this bedroom a makeover, and you'll see why later. I'll try to show you guys in detail. And then next, I'm headed to the living room, and this is another window that I'm going to clean. I did not do the outside of this window. This window needs a ladder. It's quite high So I just did my best on the inside. And I think all I did in the living room this day was clean the window and vacuum. I had dusted the other day, so I didn't spend too much time in the living room. So as I clean, I'm wondering about my YouTube audience, just wondering what state you guys live in, or what season you're currently in. Is it really, really hot? Are you still in full summer? Or are you like us where your temperature is cooling down finally and you got the windows open, maybe a light jacket? Just comment below and let me know what you're experiencing in this week. Next up is this little secretary desk right here. It's in our living room next to our kitchen. I would really like to get a secretary desk. I'm not sure if they have a special name, but they're more closed at the front, and you open the door and the door becomes kind of the desk area, if you know what I'm talking about. I just feel like it would look tidier. They usually have 3 drawers underneath, and then I could put more things, more storage space in that. But for now, this is the little desk I have, and it's supposed to hold just our laptop and bills and some notepads, and kind of be my little editing YouTube desk. But it seems like it's a catch-all desk, and it gets quite full of keys and batteries and extra pencils. So I have to kind of fight to keep it organized. And I thought if I had a secretary desk that closes, maybe that will help, because downstairs, when you first walk in the door, there's a place to hang your keys and put change and things like that. So I would really like this spot to be a little bit more tidy. But until then, I'll just have to try my best. And I love wearing sweatpants or an apron or something with pockets on deep cleaning days, because I don't know if you noticed, but I was putting batteries and things in my pockets, and I had one pocket for things that went to my son's room and another pocket that went to the junk drawer where we keep batteries. And so to get my job done, I just stick the items in my pocket so I can quickly take them to their right location. It's just kind of something that I've always done. And the next thing I'm going to do on this Saturday morning, I believe it was, is can some chicken broth. And I actually had a couple of chicken carcasses in the crock pot. In the past, I've always just had the chicken bones and chicken skin and vegetables in a big stock pot, and I would let it simmer on the stove. But I recently thrifted this really big crock pot, and I think it's making my job with things so much easier and faster. So I put just some onion, garlic, celery, carrots, and then the chicken carcasses, and then I just cooked it low for 2 days, I believe. And so all I had to do this day was just get my jars ready and filled them up and then process them. And after I got my timer all set, I was able to walk away I didn't go too far away, but I left the room for about 20 minutes. And then I came back, I turned off the stove, and I left again to do some more cleaning while the pot cooled down. And I was just able to kind of go back and forth from canning to cleaning pretty easily this day. I know about 10, 15 years ago, that's something that I would have never been comfortable with doing, is canning and cleaning in the same day. That would have been way too mentally overwhelming. But it's something simple as chicken broth that I've been doing for years. I'm just very confident now. I don't go too far. Like right here, I just went to the living room to do the vacuuming. And that way I could just keep an eye on the pot. But you get used to even the sound of the little weight at the top jiggling. And chicken broth, since I had it in the crock pot, seemed so much more hands-off than something like salsa, which is so much chopping and mixing and tasting. And it was just, I don't know, just very relaxing and satisfying to put something in jars and you have it in your pantry. And I was getting low on chicken broth also, so I need to make a lot more. but it's just very satisfying to get something so easily put in the pantry. The next thing I'm going to do is finally get outside to the concrete patio, and this area I have to fight with this. My husband bought me a leaf blower that's a battery leaf blower, because this area right here where my wood pile is, there's a concrete wall, and the wind just brings dog hair and leaves, and it creates a little tornado kind of right there where I'm standing. And it used to take me like 20 minutes, 15 minutes to sweep the whole area with a broom. And I like sweeping, it's relaxing, but in reality, I don't always have 15 minutes a day to sweep. And in windy weather, you sweep and then the wind blows it right back on. So this battery power leaf blower is a lifesaver. I can blow off the entire concrete area just in a couple of minutes. And then if the wind brings it right back, I can just blow it off again. Sometimes I don't even have time to even blow the concrete off with a leaf blower, but it's just much more efficient for me time-wise. But you can see right here that I still had spider webs. And so I took the broom and I did my best trying to get the spider webs off. And this is the project I wanted to do today, was wash all the walls, the windows, the trim, but I just didn't get to it. The spider webs took quite a while, and this is kind of spider season, August, September into October. So I really wasn't too worried about it, because I know that I'm going to clean the spider webs, and then by the next week they'll all be back. So I just got the worst of it, and I did get the windows done, and hopefully maybe I can get the power pressure washer out and then just really give it a nice wash, get all the dirt off the siding again, make it feel all fresh, and then maybe I can somewhat decorate it for fall. I'm really not worried about decorating this area too much. I know it's my front door, but this area needs a big makeover. It doesn't look too bad on camera, but I'll show you guys later in detail all the things that need to be done. But it doesn't matter if something needs to be updated or made beautiful. It's taking care of what we have, and I can clean the windows and enjoy our beautiful view as it is. So I still got a lot more done besides what I'm showing you guys in this video. We still had dinner to make, and then I even got out to the garden later that day, and I was quite exhausted by the next day. I took the next day just a little bit more easy and just did some light work. But this is where I'm going to leave you guys off. I hope you enjoyed this video and watching me work and clean, and I hope it energized you and encouraged you to take part of this beautiful weather and maybe get some cleaning done. See you soon.